Some great wisdom in our Proverbs that helps us keep our triggers in check. And certainly, today's word flies in the face of our culture that we currently live in that always has us mad about one thing or another. So here's today's proverb. It's out of chapter 19, and this is verse 11. The word of the Lord says, "Good sense makes one slow to anger, and it is his glory to overlook an offense." So good sense or wisdom keeps us from getting angry. And we take it back to the Bible. What is wisdom? Well, wisdom is looking at the world from a biblical framework, knowing that God is sovereign, God's always watching us, God has already designed everything that's going to happen in our lives, and while we're here in this world, we are to live our lives in a way that is pleasing to God, a way that brings honor to God. Now, we learned in yesterday's word that the foolish person only sees things through the me, myself, and I perspective. On the other hand, you got the wise person who has empathy or is willing to understand and listen to other points of view. So, with that said, something that can certainly make us angry, make us quick to anger, that the proverb today is talking about, is when we're driving and someone cuts us off in traffic. We immediately make all these false and foolish assumptions about that person. Oh, they think because they drive a newer car, they're better than me and they can get away with that, or that person is younger and just a worse or dumber driver than me. Just a ton of misconceptions that pop into our minds that are built really on love of our own selves and pride, and further, hatred of other people. However, wisdom gives us that biblical reality check that says, hey, maybe that other image bearer of God that just cut me off is actually having a bad day. We really don't know what's happening in the car in front of us. They could have gotten a phone call from a family member that is suddenly in the hospital, or they themselves could have some kind of sudden health issue. Really, we have no idea what's going on with that car that just cut us off. And knowing that is good sense and having that empathy that comes from loving others as we love ourselves, or wisdom. And the second half of today's proverb says, "It is his glory to overlook an offense." Pastor John MacArthur of Grace to You Church very aptly stated once that the closest thing we can be to Jesus is when we forgive other people. Bible tells us Christ forgave us. Should we not forgive other people? So if we take it back to today's hypothetical road rage scenario, maybe that person who cut us off was acting a fool. But if we look within ourselves, can any one of us just say we too haven't driven badly? Is there any one of us who just haven't been paying attention and cut in front of somebody? The answer is no. Jesus once said it. He said, "Let the person who never sinned throw the first stone," or cast the first stone. And what happened? Nobody cast a stone. They all got up and they walked away, because nobody is without sin. And that's something that's applicable to us when we're in a situation that can agitate us, like the person who cuts us off in traffic. None of us are without sin. And chances are we all did the same thing being done to us, or worse. So going back to our original proverb, a God-fearing perspective keeps these things in mind, that Christ is the only one who is without sin. The rest of us are sinners in need of his grace as we navigate this very short life that is never not full of unimportant things out there that can try and agitate us. Christ is what's important and is what is eternal, and that is what we should focus on, not these secondary, angering distractions that can come and go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care, and God bless.